Six Flags Over Texas is no longer Six Flags Over Texas. Hey everybody, it's Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO. And yes, you can watch right here on YouTube as well live. Go ahead and subscribe to our page, and you'll know whenever we go live. The topic I want to get into today, Six Flags Over Texas, theme park based right here in the great state of Texas. It was opened in 1961 and named Six Flags Over Texas in honor of, or I guess because of, the countries that at one time ruled or continue to rule over the state of Texas. The Six Flags theme park also flew these Six Flags that once flew over the state of Texas. Those flags included Spain, France, Mexico, the Republic of Texas, the United States, and of course the Confederate States. It's history. You got to learn that, right? So you have the Six Flags Over Texas. They were flying the Confederate flag. By the way, not the Confederate battle flag, which you see often in different protests and everything else, but it was the Confederate States flag, which is different, and a lot of people maybe don't know that if they don't know a lot on history of the Confederacy and of the Confederate battle flag. But anyway, the folks over at Six Flags, which is based in Grand Prairie, Texas, their first theme park, they're in Arlington, Texas. They had a press release, I believe it was early on Friday, saying, listen, our customers, we believe they're smart enough to understand that we don't endorse slavery. We're not white supremacists. We just happen to be Six Flags Over Texas because the state of Texas had six flags flying over it there were six different flags. So, you know, we kind of think that our customers get it. Well, I guess they had a change of heart when it came to Friday afternoon because they removed all the flags except for the American flag. Now, I'm not someone who has a problem with the American flag. I love the American flag. I think it's great. But you can't call yourself Six Flags Over Texas if you don't recognize the six flags that have flown over Texas. It's pretty hard to do that. You know, the theme park, and I posted about this on my Facebook page because I think it was pathetic. I think it is pathetic that Six Flags Over Texas caved to political correctness and to the mob mentality, and they completely changed their business, and at least their business looks, because someone somewhere is angry that you have different flags flying over your theme park. Anyone smart would understand why there are six flags flying over the theme park if they actually understood Texas history. And that brings me to another point. I posted about this on my Facebook page, and there were some people on the left who were saying, listen, if you want to learn about history, if you want to teach kids about history, take them to a museum. Yeah, that always works well for kids. Taking kids to a museum, it always gets them really excited for history. How about taking them to a theme park where they can kind of learn both? They can ask questions. Why is it called Six Flags Over Texas? Why is the theme park divided into different sections? Did you know that at Six Flags, at least when I was a kid, they had plaques up where you could go and read about when that nation actually ruled over the state of Texas. So you could read a little bit of history, and then you could ride some roller coasters and throw up. So it was a little bit of both fun and also learning. And I guess we're now opposed to that in this country. Six Flags Over Texas is just another victim that they cause themselves to be victims of political correctness. Now, I understand Six Flags is now in different states, and you know, if you're not in Texas, you probably don't really understand the whole Six Flags thing. In fact, I thought it was pretty dumb that they named Six Flags, theme parks in other states. It really didn't make sense at that point. But hey, you have to have a company name. Six Flags will now fly the American flag over all of its theme parks and over the ones here in the great state of Texas. They're going to take away history. They're erasing history, and they're falling victim to political correctness. They're doing it to themselves, and I think it's a shame that they're doing it. They should be proud of having those Six Flags over the state of Texas and educating people on what those Six Flags are, what they mean to people, and what they mean for the history of of the state of Texas. It doesn't mean that all of those countries are always great or always had the best ideas or morals or values. But it is history, and the state of and the folks over at Six Flags want to get rid of that history, and to me, that's pretty sad. Plus, it's called Six Flags, and now you're just going to fly one flag. You're not even flying the Texas flag over the Six Flags of Texas. It makes absolutely no sense at all. Shame on Six Flags, and shame on the political correctness movement for continuing here in the United States. So Six Flags, change it back. Otherwise, I think you're going to lose some money from people who see you as just plain pathetic. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM, 790 a.m. KFYO. Hope you have a great day. And don't forget, subscribe to our page so that way you'll know when we go live here on YouTube.